What up, Abu Dhabi?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
What was it,
homie.
like a week ago?
Yeah.
You've been on the show before as an artist, and now you're back as an entrepreneur, I would say.
Yeah.
So much has been going on outside the music world for you. Tell me more about what you've been doing.
Well, recently, it's been about a week and a half now. We just released the first major site relevant to, Mid East or Middle East, the whole region, like hip hop throughout the region. And basically, the process been going on for a couple months. It's been a while. We've been building it up, building the content, and basically just created a place that centralized all the music from, all the artists and everything. It has like a place for them to now, anyone as a fan or as an artist, you want to get yourself seen or whatever. You come on, be relevant. You come to Mid East Dynasty.
And how did it come about? What sparked the idea?
I mean, as an artist myself, I looked at, what's missing, and I've constantly been trying to, bridge the gap between, the West mainstream and the Middle East scene and trying to, help it grow. So for me as an artist, there was nowhere for us to go, from being out here. If you're from out here, and get yourself heard. You can go on Facebook and, that's about it. Or maybe Twitter. That's it. You know what I mean? Other than that, there was no central place where everyone could go.
Or a radio show once a week. Maybe.
I mean, if you going with the DJs, homie, that's different though, They breaking records, homie.
It's definitely a step in the right direction. I mean, I know a lot of controversies come out of it, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
Let's talk about all the good that's come out of it.
Yeah, we want to keep it positive. Let's leave the crying.
For one, I've become an instant fan. I go on there, and I do want to mention this. It's not just for artists from the Middle East. It's everything around the world that's relevant to the Middle East. So
yes.
I find myself on there for about 20, 30 minutes a day, checking out blogs and bios and all that stuff. Moving on to the man himself, who's been writing on that website, who's been working hard.
Yeah, man, this is one of our biggest writers right here, man.
Dany Neville.
Hayek. What's up?
Your story and how you started, and I know it's been a hard journey. You trying to write. Every time you'd call me up and be like, yo, I'm trying to write for this magazine, and they just rejected me, and da. And it seems like you found your place. So tell me about that. Tell me about the journey.
Yeah, basically, I was really into hip hop growing up. So, after I graduated, I was like, I'm not gonna write again. I'm done with school. I'm done writing. But with hip hop, especially here, I thought there was a gap that needed to be covered because no one was really covering hip hop as far as interviews, news,
From the journalist's point of view.
Yeah, from the journalist's point of view. So I basically wanted to maybe write for a magazine, I approached Gulf News, I even approached Rolling Stone magazine Middle East, and I don't know if they weren't interested in what I had to offer, or if it was, they basically told me there was no readership for it. So I kind of let it just go, and then, after some time, me and Dean were always talking, and he's always into music, and we just talk about music, mixtapes, hip-hop, whatever. So, I told him, I'm trying to write and I'm trying to get on. So he's like, hey, you know what? I've got this project, and maybe you can get on with me. So I just gave him my my material, and he was like, you know what? This is great, and I think you should be part of the team. And that's how it.
It's always the case, and it's funny that you mentioned it's always the case with the hip hop industry. You approach a record label to be like, there's no listenership. You approach a magazine, they say there's no readership. They've got the youth so wrong. They've got the youth so misunderstood. And I personally think, just from being on radio once a week, from the whole UGP family being in clubs every single day of the week, all we do is play hip hop and urban music. And I think you guys taking this into your own hands and kind of showing them that, look, there is a readership, there is a listenership. You guys are wrong. I think this is the start of something.
Oh,
massive.
I mean, honestly, I just spoke to one of our guys, one of the other owners, out of my camp back home, and just to get the traffic hits on it, this is like the first day of the official press run. We haven't done an official press run until today is the first day, and we'll start this week.
Yeah.
But already we're at 10,000 hits a day.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that's just off all the press and promo we did, whatever. You know what I mean? So I mean, once we do the press run and the word actually gets out, it's all word of mouth that's been going on so far, and we're already at that capacity. And it's steady. It's not up, down. Some days it's steady. And, inshallah, it's going to keep increasing. And that's the goal, you know what I mean? There's a market for it. Whether people want to respect it or not, it doesn't matter. We're going to come take our respect. Yeah, it's there. It don't matter.
That's great. And I just want to ask you, how do you go about picking the artists? I've been on that page, and there's a lot of people that are not necessarily on the charts or not necessarily mainstream, but they're there. They have the sound. They have the quality. You listen to it and you appreciate it. So, what are your methods of researching and finding them gems?
Well, as any journalist, you have to do your research. You have to do your homework. Whether it's direct information from the artist himself, his label, or just news clippings, or anything that's on the
So you
internet.
guys are approachable. If there's an artist out
Yes,
there that
yeah,
wants
of
to get
course,
on there,
of course.
we'll give them their website. We'll tell them how to get in touch with you guys, and you're approachable.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
that sense.
the thing with the site that we've also tried to create is that, like, we want to make sure that there's some kind of celebrity around these artists now.
Yeah.
There should be some selectivity, selectiveness to how they're put on the site and
Yeah.
whatnot. But at the same time, we don't want to, dictate to the people
Of course.
who's hot and who's
Yeah.
not. It's just like, if you're in the scene and you're doing
Yeah.
something, that's...
There's a fine line between
Yeah,
that
exactly.
and credibility, I guess.
And that's the thing that we've been trying to, make sure that we, stay within and balance. So there's artists from all over, and they're all doing stuff, and like people aren't, used to seeing them. There's so many artists on the site that people had no idea existed. They're out there doing songs with like huge, like Freeway or whatever big
And
producer.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I was on the website checking out Brother Ali and all that. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, where they've been. But once again, thank you for being on the show. I need to give out a link to how people can get in touch with you, how up and coming artists can get in touch with you and kind of be featured on the
Yeah,
show.
if you go to MideastDynasty.com, there's a contact email on the site. Just go to the contact us on the right, and make sure you check out the site first. And you can hit Aleco on his Twitter as well. Where you can
Yeah, Aleco El Hayek. You can find me on Twitter.
Follow him.
Yeah, you can follow me, Dean562, representing that Cerritos.
All right, everybody calm down. Once again, thanks for being on the show, guys, and we'll definitely have you back with some updates
Thanks for having us.
try and find a way to
And thank you for the support, man. More than anything, as always, help push the scene, and that's how we got to do it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Represent.
You're also going to be, I have to mention this was last minute, you guys are also going to be down at the workshops on Tuesday between 5 and 7.
Yep.
Yourself and Ghost,
Yep.
and hopefully
That'll be
people will be
dope.
there with Flash Entertainment talking to the youth. So it's
Yeah.
going to be a nice get-together and just bringing everybody together in the hip-hop industry, the music industry in general, I would say. Once again, Dean Aleco from Mideast Dynasty, thank you very much, guys.
Yo.
Appreciate it. Yes, sir. That is Radio 1.